sir. Is it audible?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, sir.
So should I start? Go ahead.
Yeah. Now it is a PowerPoint presentation is good, sir. You can start, sir.
Yeah. So I'm starting from where I am now. So basically, biostimulants. It's a new category of crop inputs, agriculture inputs that helps you to reduce the negative effect of stress, particularly abiotic stress. As well as it also helps you in controlling the biotic stress to some extent. Also, way forward, I will explain you. Now, what are the products including biostimulants? There is a lot of confusion across the world because we don't have regulations, we don't have clear cut demarcations or any definition of biostimulants so far, and it's a bit of confusion across the globe. You can say even in India, fortunately, we have now set up a guideline by FCO, and there is a new guidelines came in 2021 that they have categorized biostimulant in some groups. I'll share with you later. But largely across the globe, it is still very confusing, and there is no regulation whatsoever. But some organizations like EBIC in European EU and BPIA in US and Biostimulant Coalition in US, they are working to develop is a definition for biostimulants and to categorize and particularly help the government to set up some kind of guidelines so that the growers can get a quality product or a good quality product rather than spurious spiked with pesticide or insecticide or or plant hormones. So basically, if you go to this website of this organization, you will get a clear-cut idea about the biostimulants, what are the products we should call biostimulant. In India also, BASAI and BIPA, they are also working and they help the government to set up that guideline, or I should say draft guideline for the registration of biostimulants in India under FCO. So you go to these websites and you will see what are the products and what are the process to register biostimulant in India, and which product you can even register in India as a biostimulant as well. Now this the organization, with the help of this organization, you can see they come up with some definition by particularly ABIC definition is widely accepted. Even in FCO, you can see here that clearly defines it clearly defines the biostimulant as a substance or microorganisms or a combination of both, whose primary functions when applied into the plant, seed or rhizosphere is to stimulate physiological processes. You can see it stimulates the physiological processes in plants and to enhance its nutrient uptake. Basically, you will see the effect of those enhancements, stimulation in the physiological process in nutrient uptake, growth, growth, yield, and nutrient efficiency of the crop, irrespective of the nutrient content of that particular product. Okay. So these are the popular definition of biostimulant across the world, and in India we also have a definition by FCO. So as I said, the broad categories of biostimulant in India are like vitamins, biochemicals, antioxidants, antitranspirants, cell-free microbial products, protein hydrolase, or amino acids, humic acid and fulvic acids, and botanical extract that also includes seaweed extract. And if you ask me which segment is the has a major share in India, I will say that humic acid and fulvic acid still are the market leader in association with your amino acid based product, but seaweed product are coming in a big way because it has some additional advantage over your humic acid and fulvic acid as well as amino acid extracts. So in a summary, as already I have said in the definition, you have seen that basically when you apply the biostimulant into a plant or into the soil, irrespective of its nutrient content, it will basically help you to improve the plant's tolerance to abiotic stress. maybe it is coming from cold, heat, or moisture, or drought, anything. Second important role of biostimulants in plant is enhancing the nutrient uptake, or it improves the nutrient uptake efficiency of the plant by improving the root growth, or increasing the root growth, and improving the mobility of the nutrients, particularly those cations, calcium, magnesium, by forming chelates with the components these biostimulants is having in their formulations. And improving the soil health, I will discuss all this when I come to seaweed extract. Then end of the day, what you want, the enhancing end result, it should be enhancing the crop quality and increasing yield. So you will see, when you are applying, in addition to the conventional crop inputs, you will see at least improvement in quality as well as increase in productivity, because you are minimizing the factors that is affecting the quality and the productivity of the crop. But what are the challenges, particularly the biostimulant industry is facing across the globe? Mainly, if you lot of challenges right now we are facing, but the main reason, that main problem we are facing, is that the less awareness among the growers. So the growers doesn't understand what biostimulant is actually, how it is working, and why they need these biostimulants. They don't have the knowledge to differentiate between a good product and a bad product. And then the lack of availability of the pure product. And as I said, in the marketplace you go, there are a lot of products. They are basically not of good quality, but they are being sold because of their high margin the retailers are getting, distributors are getting, but farmer doesn't have the awareness. And so a good quality biostimulant producing companies, they are facing a lot of challenges, because of their high cost of production, because of high quality, their standard they're maintaining. And then again, already I've said that availability of low quality products, because they are cheap, and that the margin for retailers and distributor are getting is very hefty. Second, the consistency of the product performance. A lot of companies, they're producing stimulants, but they are not maintaining the consistency in the formulation, because they lack technology. So farmer, when he is using over the years, he or she sees the difference in the result, sometimes because of lack of consistency. And the major hurdles in the quality is the regulation. And even though we have a regulation in place in India, but most of the countries across the globe or across the world, regulation is not there, or the, few countries are in the process of forming regulations to control the quality of biostimulants in their country. But still, it's a long way to go. Again, raw material shortage, because seaweed, we don't have a lot of seaweeds, quality seaweeds across India, but a lot of companies are selling seaweeds in India. Quality seaweeds are available only in North Atlantic oceans, in both in Europe and in US or America, not North America. But in India, we are selling a lot of seaweeds of those are maybe not good quality for agriculture. And the automation, these are manufacturing units are also lacking, because technology still nascent, still young, and people yet to understand, even in the industry people, they are yet to understand the technology of manufacturing as well as automation in this industry. But fortunately, lot of companies, big multinational companies are now working together to promote this segment across the globe. And you can see here as a big names in agrochemicals, like BASF, like your FMC corporations, like your ERA fertilizers. All are now very active, and they are actively promoting this segment, and hopefully farmer will get a quality product in coming days, because these big names, corporate names, are coming in a big way in this segment. And it's also a good opportunity for the students, because it's a new segment, and a lot of technical people, in the marketplace, if you go, lot of non-technical people are working with these companies because many agriculture graduates or masters, they are reluctant to work for this company because they don't they are after those government services, and a lot of non-technical people are now with these organizations, and when this segment is new segment is coming, which is more technical, much more technical, rather than your conventional insecticide. So lot of educated, technically educated, sound knowledge of agriculture, physiology, agricultural physiology, crop physiology, plant protection, everything will be needed, and lot of employment will be generated when these big companies are coming in this segment. Now coming to the seaweeds, as I said, it's a part of it's biostimulants. Okay, seaweeds is not a different segment; it comes under biostimulants. Now, before going into the details in the seaweeds, I want to just like to share the three major points when you are choosing a seaweed-based product for agriculture purpose. So, when you go to the market and ask for a seaweed-based product, you should keep these 3 points in mind. So what is the seaweed species that product that company has used to make that formulation? Again, the extraction process, because species is very important, because the quality of the product based on the species is used. uh, and extraction process, again, we are extracting the bioactive chemicals from the seaweeds, and there are a lot of processes available in the world, and all the processes differ because the quality of the product will differ in each processes. So you have to know which process they have used. I'll explain you. And the consistency, as I already said, is a problem with the biostimulants, because most of the biostimulants are biological in origin. Maybe it's from a microbials, or maybe it's from a plant, or maybe it's from weeds. And weeds quality of any microbials or botanicals or seaweed based product varies depending on the region of harvest, of time of harvest. So most of the companies doesn't have the technology to produce a consistent product that the chemical composition will remain same irrespective of point of origin or point of harvest or time of harvest. I'll explain you later. Now, if you classify seaweeds, the seaweeds of the world is broadly classified under three category. It is called brown, red, and green. Okay, and now this among these three groups, brown weeds are, if you search the literature in internet, you will find that brown algae or brown seaweeds are most important for agricultural purpose. And if you go through the literature, you will see red are to some extent, some people are using it, but green seaweeds are not at all beneficial for agriculture. Only brown seaweeds are really helpful for the growers, agriculture growers as concerned. So when you go to the market, you ask them whether you have used brown seed or not. And if you, again, in brown seed also, it consists of lot of species. So if you see the botanical classification, you see lot of classes or subclasses are available, but among them only Laminariaceae and Fucaceae family, these two families are very important for agricultural products. And if you ask me, or if you go through the literature, you will see Fucaceae family. This is most important as far as agriculture is concerned. Now, even this coming among this brown seed also, the quality of the formulation varies depending on the habitat of the weeds. If you see the ocean as a whole, it is classified into three different zones. One is supralittoral, where the saline water never reach the topmost, and another region is your intertidal region, where you will see high tide and low tide occurs twice in a day. So that means this region, sometimes you will see it is out of the water, and sometimes it is inside the water. So most active region of any ocean is this intertidal regions or intertidal zones, and another is infiltral regions where the species grown there never see direct sunlight. But here in intertidal zone, the species that grown in that region, they sometimes see sunlight, and sometimes it's remain inside the water. So here those species has to fight, has to I mean survive under different growing conditions in the at the within 24 hours. So that makes those weeds very tough, and they are made to produce a lot of secondary metabolites to survive under such adverse conditions. So weeds grown here is rich in bioactive molecules that is more helpful in agriculture than weeds grown here in filtral zone or at the supralittoral zones. So that is why you have to understand which species is being used in a formulation in seaweeds. And here are some of the examples. You can see Ascophyllum nodosa means intertidal zone, and Sargassum means the infiltral zone. Eclonia is infiltral zone species. So if you go through the research papers, you will find that Ascophyllum probably the toughest weed, and it is most important weeds as far as agriculture production is concerned, and it is a intertidal species because it experience a lot of changes in growing areas within a day. Within a day, you can see when high tide comes, it goes inside the water. When it's a low tide, it can see the sunlight. So it has to produce a lot of chemicals to protect itself against any kind of adverse condition or stress conditions. And even in the intertidal regions, temperature sometimes varies from minus 15 to 30 degrees. So you can see this species really survives under very harsh environment conditions, and it produces lot of secondary metabolites that help it to survive under such conditions. So that is why when any company extract those chemicals from these species and use in agriculture, they see very good result against abiotic stresses. And that is what I was telling, that you can see if you run the NMR, nuclear magnetic resonance spectra of any species, you can see that Ascophyllum nodosum, it produces lot of secondary metabolites. You see, compared to this is Duravilla, which is a floating, which is a superlittoral, and it is Sargassum. You can see lot of chemicals are missing here. So Ascophyllum is a storehouse of lot of bioactive molecules. You can see because of it grows in that particularly intertidal regions. As I said, probably the best species for agriculture. And if you go through a literature, you will see most research seaweed species as well in the world. Now, how we are extracting? So it is also important, So if you see the extraction process, there are a lot of extraction processes are available, directly enzymatic extraction, ultrasound treatment, and followed by water extraction, acidic extraction, and alkaline extraction. So based on the available literature, we have seen that alkaline extraction are the best as far as the field performance is concerned of seaweeds. Here you can see this is atmospheric alkaline condition formulation. You see that presence of bioactive molecules are more in alkaline extraction rather than your cold water extraction or hot water extraction. You can see here these molecules are absent here. This molecules is absent here. Okay, here also you can see less population. So scientifically also that formulation produced from alkaline extraction are always better. Even I also working with this product for last 7 years. I have seen also that alkaline extraction are better under field conditions. Now the consistency of the product. This is particularly very important thing, because a lot of company coming into the market and selling products, but their products are not consistent. I will share you. Like you see, it's Eclonia. And then if you see Eclonia based formulation from the same company in Italy, in California, US, in South Africa, it varies. You see, so farmer will get variable results. The result will not be consistent over the years. It's a problem, and it's a major problem in biostimulant segment. But here you see some companies, they have developed some technology. They have modified their technology based on the time of harvest or place of harvest, and end of the day, farmer get a consistent product. And that those companies are really coming up, and they are nowadays they're leading in the world, leading the market in the world. So it is very important, consistency. So uh, most of the companies doesn't have that expertise or technology to produce a consistent product. The composition. A lot of people ask what seaweed extract basically is having in the formulation. So as you all know, it's a plant. We're extracting the plants to produce the formulation. So entirely it is not known actually how many molecules or how many products or bioactive chemicals this formulation really contains. So based on the limited research, we have seen that uh, uh, categorize those bioactive compounds like organic acid, betanes, mannitols, and oligosaccharides, alginic acids, and fucose containing polysaccharides. Basically it's a storehouse of polysaccharides and monosaccharides and some alcohol and some alginic acids. These bioactive molecules basically helps our plant different in different ways. So I'll explain you later. Now coming to the action, mode of action, how it really works. Most of the people don't know how CVT really works. Farmer doesn't know, retailer doesn't know, even the distributor doesn't know. Most of the scientific community also doesn't know basically how really CVT really works. So a lot of people are working, a lot of Indian scientists are working how really seaweeds are working, seaweeds acts inside the plants. So if you summarize it, basically, I'll say seaweed extract reduces the stress in the plant and help them to grow in a sustainable way. So sustainability is the key with seaweed extracts when you apply in the field. And another important thing is that seaweed extract it's a combination of a lot of bioactive molecules. So it has a multiple mode of actions. It doesn't have a single mode of action like amino acid based product or humic acid based product. And it has multiple mode of action. This is the advantage of seaweeds over other biostimulants. And here you can see the publication is there. You will see it's really regulates the gene expressions, and then by gene actions gene actions it's modify the root morphology, again nutrient uptake, your tolerance against stress, and end of the day you get a good quality product or quality produce, and increase in yield. So if somebody wants, I can share this publication with you later. And as I said, seaweeds basically goes inside the plant, and it stimulates or influences the genes, and that's why we call it genomics to phenomics. So these products, particularly good quality seaweed product, will influence the genes in a two-way. It influences the good genes positively, and it influences the bad genes negatively, and that is called upregulation and downregulation of genes. And when the any product that influences the genes, you will see its effects on the phenotype. Like when it influences the good gene of leaf morphology, you will see when you apply seaweeds, the leaf surface area increases. Or if when it influences the gene responsible for root growth, you will see enhancement in the root growth or root hairs that uptake nutrients from the soil. Like we have a very good publication. You go through this, you will understand how seaweeds really influence the genes. As I said, in that particular publication, you will see that this seaweed-based product, good quality seaweed-based product, not only upregulate the good genes, but also downregulate the bad genes, like genes responsible for stress or genes responsible for production of free radicals in the plants. They downregulate that they reduce the activity of those genes. In the both way, it basically helps your plant to grow in a sustainable way, right? So this is a good paper, and this work is done by Nair et al. It's Indian scientist, and it is published in Genomics. You can have that paper. It is available in the net. Now that is the gene action, but when what we see in the field, and farmer and any retailer or distributor will be interested how really we see its benefit, you know. So most important thing that when you apply seaweed, whether into the soil or apply as a foliar spray, it goes into the soil and improves the soil health by improving the population of beneficial microorganisms. And we have lot of papers publications available that seaweed extract really increases the population of the beneficial microorganisms in the root zone, particularly at the vicinity of the rhizosphere root zone, and it improves the root growth. When the soil health is improves, root growth is enhanced, and you get a good nutrient uptake, and you will get a good healthy plants. Not only the free living microorganisms, it also influences the rhizobiomes, that symbiotic associations, particularly in pulses or leguminous crops. Publications are available, you can go through it. And recently there is a publication in Nature that seaweed extract, good quality seaweed extract increases the or improves the in situ population of mycorrhiza. Nowadays, if you go to the markets, lot of mycorrhiza formulations are available, but we have indigenous mycorrhiza available in our soil. And seaweed waste product increases the population or increases the biomass of those indigenous in situ mycorrhiza, and those mycorrhiza in turns helps your plant in nutrient uptake, particularly your phosphorus uptake as well as water uptake during drought period. So this particular publication is also available in net. It is published in Nature. Now nutrient management. Basically seaweed product, when you apply to the soil or as a foliar application, you will see a tremendous increase in root volume. You can see these are pictures from field work done by me or my team. You can see it's a huge impact on seaweed, particularly those white roots. That particular roots is responsible for nutrient uptake and water uptake. So by this robust root system, nutrient use efficiency improves. And second method is that those oligosaccharides and alginic acid, they form a chelates, particularly with those immobile cations, calcium, magnesium, boron, iron, magnesium, and that their mobility improves from soil into the plant system. And you will see when you apply this product, you will see less nutrient deficiency, particularly micronutrient deficiency and secondary nutrient deficiency. So publications are also available in the public domain, available in the internet. You can see this product really improves the even nitrogen. Even nitrogen also it improves the nitrogen use efficiency. Here you can see if this is our in-house trial in our R&D center. You can see when you use seaweed and and using root scaled, you can see it almost improves the root growth by 2.5 times, not less than 2.5 times. As I said, second method is that formation of chelates. Alginic acid and mannitols, they form chelates, and those calcium and magnesium even sometimes present in your soil not able to move inside the plant because of their low mobility. But when they form chelates, and the mobility improves. And we have seen in 80% of our trials, we have seen that the mobility of or use efficiency of these micronutrients improves. Third point is that it protects your plant against abiotic stress, which is very much important nowadays and very relevant, particularly from now to 2050, because we are expecting warmer globe, warmer world, and we need our plant some product that so that our plants remain stable under those elevated in those elevated temperature conditions. So seaweed extract helps you in a great way. In a great way, I'll say. I'll explain you how, because you see when there is a abiotic stress, but maybe it is a water stress or drought or salinity or chilling or heat. These all adverse climatic conditions, they lead to production of reactive oxygen species, that is called free radical, and those oxidative agent or free radicals are very really highly reactive, and they make an association with the enzymes responsible for a lot of physiological activity inside the plants, and in turns it will stop the activity of those enzymes or biochemical processes, and end of the day you will see the cell is dead. Cell is dead, and in the major manifestation that you will see, plants are being killed or being they are dying onset of because of this onset of this stress. So this free radical is very important, and seaweed based product, they have lot of antioxidant in the formulation itself, and not only it is a good source of antioxidant, but it also help the plant to produce its own antioxidants, right? It increases the total phenolics or anthocyanins, and those antioxidants then capture or arrest these free radicals and keep your plant safe against this stress, right? So these are all a publication how really seaweed extract. You can see here production of protective proteins inside the plants. Not only this formulation is having a lot of antioxidant itself, it also helps the plant to produce its own protective proteins as well as antioxidants. Again, and that down regulating the expression of stress responsive genes, particularly in case of salinity. And again also by changing the composition of the cell wall during cold stress. These are all established fact and is also available in the public domain in the form of research paper. Moisture stress, you can see here lot of publications are available, lot of publications, you can go through it, lot of publications are available, peer reviewed, and as I said, basically it regulates the stomatal conductance, stomatal opening during stress conditions, and helps the plant to restore or store a lot of moisture inside it by controlling the by regulating the transpiration loss. And here is a small video you can see. We do it with infrared camera in our R&D center. You can see it really helps in conserving the moisture inside the leaf or inside the plant body. So here is a two plant. You can see on your left hand side of your skin is a contour plant. It's a soybean plant, and in the treated plant with acadian extract or seaweed extract, you can say. When you see through a infrared camera, see if it is full of water, you will see these leaves are blue. When you reduce the water and increases temperature, gradually this blue color changes from blue to yellow to red when there is no moisture inside the plant. So you see, it's a 5 or 6 days experiment. We do it in a regular basis in our R&D center with every batches of the product. You can see when in initial times you have both the leaves are blue, but after 3 days you can see there is sudden decrease in the water content in the control plot, but in control plot, but in case of treated pot, it still have some moisture because it closes the stomata and helps the plant to restore moisture inside the body. So after 5 days, when you rewater it, the treated plants recover fast. but the untreated control plants sometimes fails, sometimes it dies, the top portion or the succulent portion died. So we do a lot of experiment, and we also see this in the field also. You can see here, it's a cabbage plot in the month of July. This is, you can see that that treated section with untreated section. So it's really works in the field as well, not only in the laboratory. It also works. It's a chili plot of Guntur. It is the photographs are taken at 12 o'clock in the month of July, August. It's very hot there in Guntur. And in the left hand side, right hand side, you can see that leaves are drooping. But in left hand side, you see this, they're almost horizontal and very tight and turgid. So yield here definitely will be more. Again, salinity. So here also it's a good publication is available in the public domain. You can see it really seaweed products, it really stimulates or downregulates the gene responsible for toxicity because of salinity. And you see here, you can see this is salt control. This is your fertilizer, only fertilizer plus salt. Here fertilizer plus salt plus extract. So you can see here there is a little impact of salt in the plant. So it against salinity, seaweed products really works wonderfully. Now against low temperature, though in the southern part of the country we don't have low temperature problem or cold stress, but in the northern part of the country we have problem of cold stress. You can see that seaweed product really helps the plant against cold stress, and there is a publication available in the world in the public domain, in the internet also it is available, that lipophilic content of bound seaweed Ascophyllum nodosum enhances the freezing tolerance in Arabidopsis. Here you can see basically what it does, it actually changes the composition of the cell wall, and it makes it more flexible, right? When the treated plots, you see when it is exposed to minus 6.5, that cell wall ruptures because the increase in the volume of the water, when it becomes ice, the volume increases and it ruptures the cell wall. But treated plants, that cell wall permeability improves or flexibility improves, and it doesn't rupture. So you can see here minus 7.5 control petri disease, you can see no plants, but here still 40% plants are alive. And it is really, we see in field also. We have seen this in Nasik grapes. You see, this is in January, February, or end of December, that when winter starts, because of low temperature, this anthocyanin contents increases, and the chlorophyll content decreases, and photosynthetic activity decreases. But in treated plants, this anthocyanin formation is less because of cold stress, and the quality remains, particularly in colored varieties. Even in eastern India, we grow winter rice, and the seed bed is raised in the month of December, and those plants undergo tremendous stress from low temperature. Temperature comes down to 3, 4, sometimes 6 degrees. Here you can see this is treated plots. There is no hint of any cold stress. But here you can see this is because of low temperature stress. Brown plants become yellow, and sometimes it become red and die. So it is really work in the field also. Now hormonal balance, it is also very important. When you apply seaweeds, basically it helps plant to produce its own indigenous hormone. When you apply hormones externally, that entire the hormonal system of the plant get disturbed, and you get sometimes very weird or illogical results, right? But seaweeds, pure seaweeds, without addition of any plant hormones, synthetic plant hormones, they will help your plant to produce its own hormone required for that particular growth period, right? You see here we have some bioassays as well. Here you can see this is with your cytokinins, this is the control plot plant from Arabidopsis plants. You can see this is those veins are blue after staining. This is normal conditions, but when you apply externally cytokinin, you see that external cytokinin tends to deposit on the surface or periphery of the leaves. So you get higher concentration of cytokinin on the margins. But the funny thing is that plant has stopped its producing its own hormone. So supply from inside is getting impacted. But when we apply seaweed, you see that indigenous cytokinin is more. Here, that is why you see that veins are more blue than this control plot, right? So basically, these products helps you to maintain the hormonal balance of the plant in a natural way. When you are maintaining the hormonal balance, you will have optimum flowering, less fruit drop, less flower drop, and you will get a good product produced at the end. Now all of the production or anything is dependent on the photosynthetic activity, right? If you have better photosynthetic activity, you will get higher yield. If photosynthetic activity get reduced, then you get lesser yield. Fortunately, seaweed product really helps to increase the photosynthetic activity by increasing the leaf chlorophyll content, and secondly it decreases the degradation of leaf chlorophyll, particularly when your plants become old, senescence starts, the chlorophyll start degrading. But if you use but if you use seaweeds, it really helps you to control the degradation even if plants getting old by production of antioxidants, right? So your photosynthetic activity remains intact till the stage of harvest, and it is well documented in the publication as well. It's an Indian scientist working in Canada, Dr. Prithviraj and Dr. Bhattacharya. They demonstrated that seaweed extract, alkaline seaweed extract, really decrease the degradation of chlorophyll under stress condition or at the time of senescence. Biotic stress, though it is minute, this product does not have any direct killing effect or sidal effect, but it improves the resistance of the plant towards pest by enhancing the activity of jasminic acid pathway inside the plants. A lot of publications are available that when you apply seaweeds, you will see less incidence of disease or less incidence of pest attack. It doesn't mean that it doesn't kill any insect or doesn't kill any fungus, but it make your plant tolerance to disease and pests. So publications are available again. A lot of publications are available, and we also have seen particularly against thrips and mites. If you apply regularly these products regularly along with plant protection chemicals, you will see less incidence of mites and thrips, particularly in chilies as well as cucumber. Even downy mildew also, you will see good result when you are using with any fungicides. The synergism is there. So when you have reduced impact of stress coming from abiotic sources and biotic sources, obviously you will get a enhancement in the yield. So a lot of publications are available in the public domain that seaweed extract really increases the yield by reducing the impact of biotic as well as abiotic stress. And we are also as a company, we are working in India for last 7 years, and we have done a lot of field bioefficacy tests with a number of universities like your TNU, like YSR Reddy Horticulture University, US Bangalore, not Bangalore, is US Dharwad. And then we have worked with 3-4 universities in Maharashtra, with Punjab Agriculture University, Bidhan Chandra Krishi Vishwavidyalaya, then with your NRCG Pune. We have done a lot of field bioefficacy testing in India as well. So we have seen that when you use seaweeds as recommended by the company, you will get you get 7 to 15% increase on yield depending on the cultural practice of the farmer. If the cultural practice or nutrient management is very less or very low or poor quality, then you may see even increase 40% increase, 20% increase in yield. So it's all depends on the cultural practice of the farmer. Okay, so if again if your soil is degraded, you will see a huge impact of seaweeds when you use. You may see increase in yield by 25% also. And lot of farmers from MP, particularly Western MP, Ratlam areas, that soil are degraded. Your Karnataka, Gujarat, the saline belts, they always say that when we use our product, that they get huge impact in yield as well as quality, particularly in pomegranate areas of Gujarat and Maharashtra. And this, then your Rajasthan also, that's groundnut growing area of Sikar and Hanumangarh, and even you go to south, that area where that is your cardamom areas, we are selling good quantity of seaweeds. People are saying that it's really working against stress, particularly high temperature. So, and also yield as well as quality. So lot of research paper are available across the globe. You can see this product really improves the yield, maybe as low as 5% to 15% as well. Now coming to the companies that are dealing with seaweed manufacturing and marketing in the world. So I will tell you that very few primary manufacturers are available in the world, and most of the seaweed are being only marketed by lot of companies. Even those multinationals are also doing only marketing. Basic manufacturing and done by very few companies, and leading one of them is the Acadian Sea Plants. It is based in Canada. We have BioAtlantis, some algae, and Velagro, that is based in this Europe, Ireland and Norway. Some companies in US as well. Some companies in South Africa or in Australia, but they are not using Ascophyllum nodosum. They are using different seaweed. In India also, we have a lot of companies who are manufacturing, but those are using sargassum, and some companies are using Capophagus, importing from Indonesia, and they are manufacturing or processing here in India. So very few primary manufacturers are available. Mostly companies are doing marketing, and you can see here some of the primary manufacturers across the globe, and on top of them are Acadian Sea Plants. Cargill is a US based company, then Irish Seaweed is an Ireland based company, and China based company is Beijing Lily. So they are using a different species. In India, a lot of companies, a lot of Indian and multinationals like PI Industries, they are in touch with this primary manufacturer. They are importing those seed powders or liquids from the primary manufacturer and doing marketing in India, like Biostat, Indophil also nowadays they have started, UPL also started, but they are not the primary manufacturer. So you need to have this understanding. And to the student, I will say these multinationals, they really want good quality manpower, solid agricultural knowledge as well as plant physiological knowledge. And I will tell you, lot of Indians, even from Tamil Nadu also, now working in Canada with my organization. So there is a huge scope to study it. Even in you have a good company in Bangalore. They are also looking for good manpower, having solid agricultural base. So you have a lot of opportunities coming, particularly in the field of biostimulants. Or as Dean sir said, if you are interested in entrepreneurship, sky is the limit. Dr. Senthil is working. He is developing lot of processes, particularly seaweeds that is available in your Tamil Nadu coast. Okay, you can use that also, or you can import, or you can start your own manufacturing, small manufacturing units, because in India every state has a manufacturing unit. They are getting small active ingredients from Canada or from US or Europe, and they are doing their own formulations. You can also start, or you can do formulation only by importing manufacturing active ingredients from this primary manufacturer, or you can extract, or you can still develop your own biostimulant unit. And I will tell you, this segment is increasing. I am not I did not share the market scenario. It is really growing at the rate of 11% CAGR every day, every year. And the total volume is, nobody knows actually globally, because this is not a regulated system. So a lot of unethical player, or people are selling just sake of selling, so nobody knows actual volume of this industry. But scope is huge. As you see, climate change is very relevant nowadays. Rainfall pattern has changed. It's irregular. Even it is coming, distribution is not there. So this type of product really will rule the agri inputs business, particularly in coming years. Thank you very much. If you have any question, I'm happy to be at this.
I'm online.
Yeah. So I'm finished. If you have any question or any query, I can take those.
Students, can you interact with your any doubt or any point of improvement, any interaction, like anything related to this kind of market?
Them whether they get an idea, broad idea about biostimulants and seaweeds or not. I mean, or they can ask me later also. They if they want to start anything, I can help them in terms of sourcing or anything, or process development as well.
Students, you can interact any sort of questions. So he is our senior, so you can interact anything freely. He is ready to guide you at any time, at any point of view, at any point of time.
So good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening.
Yes, yeah, this is Kalyana Sundaram, Professor of Entomology from ADAC and RI.
Yes,
Sir,
sir.
thank you for your nice presentation. I have one question. Do you find any insecticidal property in Ascophyllum, sir? Insecticidal property.
You see,
so that can be.
You see, actually, I have shared one slide that it really improves or stimulate the jasminic acid pathway, and in terms that it enhance the self defense mechanism of the plant. But if you ask me, Ascophyllum nodosum does not have direct killing or side effect. So, like conventional insecticide, you apply it, it will not kill any insect. To some extent, it has some antioxidant effect, but it doesn't have direct killing effect like insecticide does. But it enhances or improves the self defense mechanism of the plant by enhancing the jasminic acid pathway. So, sir, there is no evidence of direct killing or insecticidal properties of Ascophyllum nodosum.
Good afternoon. This is Saktivel, Associate
Yes, sir.
Professor, Plant Breeding and Genetics of ADSC and RI. Thank you for your nice presentation, sir. And I have a small question, sir.
Yeah.
So whenever we talk about biostimulants, so in a biological organism only it will function, or in a non-biological organism or some materials also it can do some stimulation activity. What I want to ask is, can we use these seaweed extracts or similar materials for improving the soil health, particularly in terms of reclamation of soils, problematic soils?
You see, if you talk about the soil health in terms of physical properties like texture, structure, or salinity, it really doesn't help. I mean, it really doesn't improve the soil structure or soil texture, or it doesn't reduce the acidity or alkalinity like that. But when you talk about the soil health property in terms of microbial populations or symbiotic association with the roots or mycorrhizal population, it's really improves those. So your question basically, it is really I mean effective in living organism rather than inert.
I want to share one small thing. Recently, from Kerala Agriculture University, they have developed some soil conditioners. Particularly, the mode of action is to build up the soil microbial populations.
Mhm.
In turn, indirectly, that can reduce the problematic things such as salinity or any other abiotic stresses. Okay,
If this,
so
sir, I
showing
have
like this, yeah.
so I also have shared the seaweeds really improves the microbial population. I mean, so the way it works, the Kerala University formulation works, it is also improves the free living microorganisms as well as associated symbiotic microorganisms. So in that sense, soil health really improves when you have more beneficial organisms. Indirectly, those beneficial organisms will definitely help you to I mean protect plants against salinity as well as degraded soil. So similar way it works, but it doesn't directly reduce the salt content of the soil. It doesn't change the pH of the soil. So in that sense, but it improves the plant's tolerance differently. But your question was that it really works inside the living organisms. It changes the physiology of the living organism, not the inert like clay or acid like that. It doesn't affect like that.
Thank you, sir, for your clarification. And what is your opinion with respect to effect of these seaweed extracts in fruit ripening dynamics? Means what mode of actions or which pathway does it interfere? In what way it is
Basic,
beneficial in ripening of the fruits?
Basically, you see, in during ripening stage, so basically, seaweed formulations affect in two, three ways. One is your, I mean, when it's ripening stage, the senescence starts, no? Senescence starts. So photosynthetic activity goes down. But seaweed extract helps you in controlling the chlorophyll degradation during ripening stage. This is one. When you have mm, uh, elevated photosynthetic activity during that phase, that your productivity increases. Second one is it increases the anthocyanin production or those color formation. It really helps in producing, particularly in grapes. We have seen that it improves the color of the produce. So that is second effect. And third is that it helps you in translocation of starch from source to sink. So during that phase also, the translocation of photosynthate from your leaves to the source sink, that is your fruit or grain, it increases. So you get a higher your dry matter of fruits or fruit weight increases, improves. So in three four ways, it really helps.
One last question, sir. So how these seaweed extracts can help to develop biofortified food products or biofortified or nutrient denser grains by application at a very maturity stage. If you apply, will it make the plant to accumulate more micronutrients or so?
Yeah, definitely. I already shared in at the beginning. It improves the nutrient use efficiency. So biofortification of nutrients really it will help by formation of chelations and improving the mobility within the plants. Not only within the plants, but also from soil to roots. So it really helps. Definitely, it will help. Though we don't have any kind of research on that, but as a whole, we have seen that it when you apply seaweeds, it improves the mobility of the micronutrients as well as secondary nutrients like calcium and magnesium. So definitely, I think it will help you in a research program associated with biofortification and like that.
And what kind of internships are available at your company for our students, sir, particularly for PG and PhD research scholars?
You see, we sponsor a lot of research projects to the universities, but we don't have that type of system. But for internship like that, we don't have, because we don't have any research structure here in India. We all the basic research are being done in Canada. So in India, we don't have it. But our scientists really work with Dalhousie University in collaboration with Dalhousie University of Canada. If anybody interested, you can just contact Dr. Prithviraj. He is with Dalhousie University. He's from Tamil Nadu as well. You can contact, and in he will attach him or her with Acadian Sea Plants Limited for work. Lot of students have worked under Dr. Prithviraj with Association of Acadian Sea Plants Limited. So it is indirect process, but you can always try.